Welcome to this third session on characteristics of events for the course Basics of Event Management. In the previous sessions, we had learned some salient characteristics pertaining to the experiential nature of events, that they are platform of interaction, networking, they are unique, they are perishable, they involve a lot of teamwork and much more. In this session, we will further learn about some salient characteristics of events to know more about how the businesses of events work. Events have a fixed time scale. Events are not like routine activities that can be carried out indefinitely. So far, we have learned that events are one-off, they are non-routine in nature, they are unique, they are special, and they involve a lot of cost and a great deal of planning. But we need to understand that events do not go on forever. No matter how much of planning and how much of cost goes into the planning and execution of an event, events are held just once. They are just one-off. The time scale could be very short, such as for the opening ceremony for a new tunnel or road, or they can be very long, as with the Olympics or Commonwealth Games, where the planning phase took for about 5 years or more, starting with the bidding process and then the planning and execution. So events could go for a month or months, a week, 2 days, just an entire day, just an evening or an afternoon, or even for an hour. So the timing of the event determines the kind of event that will be held. This is very, very important. The timing of the event. If it is an evening event, the kind of lighting, decor, stage setup, the color of backdrop, seating arrangements, flower arrangement, everything else that goes into it will be different, definitely, as compared to the requirements of a daytime event. While planning, time requirements regarding preparation for pre and post event and the wrap-up or the shutdown of event are decided by the event's magnitude and size. How much time is required for planning? How much time will be used for the event run? And how much time will be used for closing the event and after the event? So the timing requirements of all these phases, which I've just stated, depend on the event size, for whom it caters, and so on. One also needs to work out the schedule of the event based on how long an event will last, whether it will be for an hour or two, what will happen during that event, and how much time each event in the event will take, each activity in the event will take. So one needs to really work on the schedule. This means that even if the event is held for 1 or 2 hours, the duty of the event organizer or the event planner is to make those 1 or 2 hours memorable and successful. The criticality of right timing is important. For instance, imagine a chief guest who was to arrive at a scheduled time, but he arrived after 2 hours to release a book or inaugurate a show. I'm sure you have witnessed such an event. So the memory that a participant or a target audience carries from such event would not be really good. Imagine a product launch where the product is revealed while the chairman is still introducing the product, when the schedule specifies that the product reveal must happen after the speech. So the schedule has to be worked out in such a manner that the right timing is not missed for any event. Also, sometimes the fixed time scale gets varied, particularly in events that have an informal setting, such as the social or personal events. Like a birthday party may carry on longer than intended because it just happened. Similar is the case with many weddings that happen in Indian societies today. Sometimes a formal event like a fair, where there are many stakeholders, or a business expo, it may get extended in a planned way for some special reason, that is to recover the cost. You must have heard of events that are held on a timely basis every year, the annual events, but they get extended beyond their scheduled time of closing. This is mostly done to recover the costs. Financial planning. Financial planning is very, very important for the event. It is very essential for you to plan your event in such a way by first asking what would be the cost of the event, what would be the revenue of the event, and so on. So it depends upon how big the event is going to be and the number of visitors attending it. What would be the cash flow during the event? Some of the events get revenue only after they are organized. They are those ticketed events. So it depends on what it will cost to hold the event and whether it has to be profitable. So while doing financial planning, it is very, very important to understand, first of all, that not all events are profit oriented. Every event differs in the way it is priced. For example, we might see a lot of promotional activities or activations happening around us, and for different products. For instance, for a product like a perfume or a particular brand of cosmetic, the activation or the event could be only a part of the larger marketing activity. This is done to keep the larger goal for the longer run, which is to generate more sales. So the issue of pricing is very, very important, as inexperienced organizers typically underestimate the various costs. Let us see how. First, we need to understand what budgeting is. For financial planning, we need to have a proper budgeting in place. Budgeting means or includes the projected revenue and expenditure from which an estimate of the net profit or sometimes net loss from the proposed event can be ascertained. This is why, accurate and well thought of budget should be negotiated and finalized by the event management company with the client before the start of any activity. Renowned and established event management companies ensure that this is done very well in advance after discussing with the client. This is a crucial factor in controlling costs within the budget and ensuring efficient resource utilization. In case of ticketed events, the scope of pricing depends on the level of risk the event organizer is ready to take. We are familiar with such events around us like sports events, shows, concerts, musical evenings, and so on. So this helps in pricing for clients separately and pricing tickets for target audience separately. So these mechanisms should be in place beforehand. The ticket price has to be based on actual costings, on how many tickets can be sold and at what price. So it has to be very realistic. Once the full costs of the event are known, the ticket price can be calculated, bearing in mind that enough tickets have to be sold to cover the eventualities. It's very, very important for the calculation of the break-even point, which has to be included in the budget and cash flow statement. How can this be managed? Through the break-even analysis. So the accountant or the person who handles finances in the event agency or the event management company or firm will look into this with a very finer lens. What is break-even analysis? Break-even analysis is the comparison of production and selling expenses against the sales projections on a market-based price. This helps in finding out if the event is worth carrying out. For this, the calculation of break-even point is done. What is break-even point? It is simply when your total revenue equals your total expenditure. Beyond it, your event obviously is profitable. Therefore, there could be cost risks related to quality management and standards, cost risks related to the expense of putting on the event, and cost risks related to effective timing and scheduling of events that you need to keep in mind when you do the break-even analysis to arrive at the break-even point. Then we come to another major characteristic of event, which is ambience. What is ambience? Ambience, or in other words, effects created by the event, ensures the success or failure of an event. At a personal event like wedding, the decor, theme and services play an effect on the ambience. It creates the relevant effect. At a birthday party, it's a different ballgame altogether. The right ambience may be simply created by the decor, arrangements and the people who are there, without the need for anything else, along with good company amongst friends, of course. It's very, very important to note that it's not just the theme, decor, services and other arrangements, but it is also the good company which people enjoy amongst friends in such social events that generate or create the relevant ambience or the desired ambience. Even an expensive venue, games, LED lights, theme decor, gifts and cuisines might not necessarily make an anniversary party a success if the event is not well organized. So there has to be the right interplay of all these aspects, all these elements to create the right ambience, which is what is meant here. For many events, the desired services create the right ambience. Employ enough creativity while blending these services. This is the biggest strength of the event industry today and a major requirement as well, which the event management industry is looking out for. So careful attention has to be given to every detail and by trying to bring out the desired outcome. Now, one of the major and most important characteristics of events is the creative edge and the wow factor which is employed in event management. Ideation and creativity are the key strengths of the event industry today. This is what the researchers and the top brass of the event industry says. A wedding planner may use a colored theme to emphasize the mood or symbolism of the event. A fundraiser may think of creative activities to raise funds and so on. So the success of any event largely depends on the level of creativity and the kind of creativity that is employed. And creativity also lends the right ambience, which we just discussed. The staging of events in a creative manner shows your creative skills. Events typically have a team-based work environment, which we learned earlier, and a project type of organization structure. So once the event concept is creatively crafted and is finalized with the client, the very first step begins when the creative conceptualizer works on the brief with the event team. What is a brief? Brief is just a list of activities which the client gives to the event management company for the conduct of the event as desired by the client. A brief is a detailed list of input and specific instructions from the client for the event. The creative team also has to work with hard practical realities such as the logistics and the networking aspects, namely media plan, ad designs, ticket designs, printing, and much more. With the above, the creative team tries to create the perfect event picture. So, likewise, like I spoke some time back, we need not depend upon a particular style or a particular function of working. You might be very surprised to know that today's weddings, for instance, employ a lot of technology, a lot of 3D mapping, projections, photo booths, video walls are used in weddings as well. So using technology creatively also plays a major role in giving the creative edge to an event. Indian sponsors look for innovations in properties every year using creativity. Creativity as a tool is required by advertisers. That is what advertisers are looking at, to use events as a marketing tool, because their events will provide the right touch and feel experience and make their events more experiential through creativity. It is essential for the growth of revenues and retention of business of events as well. An event provides a memorable experience because of the wow factor. Now, what is the wow factor? Wow is a certain appeal which makes you leave speechless regarding an event. The wow factor can be created by an interplay of unusual venues, artistic expressions in decor, other creative touches, and activities for successes. A very surprising fact that is happening today is you can recreate a New York in Delhi today and a Delhi in New York today. So this is because of the creativity employed to generate wow factor in events. An example is the first edition of Jaipur Art Summit, which was held in November 2013 at Hotel Clarks, Amer, and Jawahar Kala Kendra, Jaipur in Rajasthan. The summit had a lot of bespoke activities. It showcased creative expressions across many media and formats like canvas, visual and digital art installations, sculptures, interactive art, or other contemporary and folk-centric expressions. The works of about 150 artists were showcased, including renowned artists like Anjali Ila Menon, Jatin Das, and Jai Jaroria. Features like art camp, installation artworks, seminars, display of folk traditions, and art all gave a creative touch to the summit. So this is how creativity can be employed in creating bespoke events. Another case study is that of the Jaipur Literature Festival. Needless to say, the Jaipur Literature Festival is described as the greatest literary show on earth and is organized by Teamwork Arts, a production company with roots in the performing arts, social action, and the corporate world. Every year in January, the festival brings together a diverse mix of the world's greatest writers, thinkers, humanitarians, politicians, business leaders, sports people, and entertainers on one stage to champion the freedom to express and engage in thoughtful debate and dialogue. Some glimpses of the Jaipur Literature Festival for you there. The Jaipur Literature Festival has been very successful in garnering the nuances of humanitarian values with an excellent combination of artists within India and across the world. This popular festival has been able to generate a lot of economy for Jaipur and Rajasthan. So, such is the social and economic impact of the Jaipur Literature Festival, popularly known as JLF. In April 2020, as the world went into an unprecedented lockdown and began to embrace an increasingly digital medium. Teamwork Arts began JLF Brave New World and followed it up with the Jaipur Literature Festival Words Are Bridges, JLF London, Adelaide, Colorado, Houston, New York, and Toronto series of powerful digital conversations on literature, ideas, and narratives featuring Nobel laureates, Man Booker, Pulitzer, JCB, Commonwealth, Sahitya Academy, and other awardees. This reflects the very unique and creative characteristic of Jaipur Literature Festival, which is very evident from these examples. Technology, like I already said, has a major role to play in lending the wow factor. Venues are also used to reveal the message or culture, like a contemporary and futuristic building for a new and trendy company and a historical building for a traditional firm. Clients for events like brand promotion, annual corporate events, and product launches prefer to choose unusual venues like forts, palaces, historical monuments, and havelis also, which are old traditional big homes in India, museums, and many such monuments that raise the curiosity of audiences and give a wonderful feel to the event. Because such ambiances lend a certain appeal to the event, which gives a wow factor to it. Another very beautiful case study is that of turnkey weddings, which are conducted by eFactor. eFactor is a popular company for creating turnkey dream weddings and unparalleled experiences. Their weddings reflect their clients' lifestyle and personalities, creating unforgettable moments and lifelong memories, lending the wow factor. So their events, they lend a kind of grace and beauty in their flavor of weddings. They achieve this by assisting all the planning, facilitating, negotiating, and various aspects of wedding planning, ensuring that the best services are given to the clients. The end-to-end solutions for clients are backed by a strong in-house production setup and long-established vendor relations in the event industry. Some time back, we had discussed about how vendor relations and teamwork play a major role in creating the best of event. So these are the glimpses of turnkey weddings created by eFactor. Another wonderful case study of a recent event, Bollyboom Holi. Percept Live, an event company, organized the 5th edition of the Bollyboom Holi celebrations on 29th March 2021. The event was hosted at the Prince of Tides Beach Club in Kalangut, Goa, and the Noir Pebble Club in Bengaluru, with a lineup of Bollywood DJs and live artists. The Holi celebrations witnessed a 7-hour-long Bollywood electronic dance music, popularly known as EDM, entertainment, with all government-mandated COVID-19 protocols in place. You can see the advertorial of Bollyboom there. The Bollyboom Beach Holi Madness in Goa hosted Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala, DJ and producer duo Lost Stories, and other DJs like Rohit Gidda, DJ Maria, and many more to entertain the guests. The Bollyboom United Colors Holi Festival in Bengaluru saw DJs Shameless Money, Hussain, Kamra, Capro, Akshay Raina, and many other artists. Live percussionists and other talented live acts also ushered in the festive mood. So you can see the massive interplay of performers and other artists to make the event Bollyboom Beach Holi Madness. So you can see the Bollyboom effect there with the interplay of artists and technology there. Multicolored mix of SFS colors and laser shows commemorated the Bollywood Holi festivities, along with artificial intelligence managed eco-friendly organic colors, state-of-the-art technicals, audio-video stage set and design to offer a holistic and safe entertainment experience. The creativity and wow factor made this event a success. So this brings us to the end of this session on event characteristics. In this third session today, we discussed at length on fixed time scale, financial planning, ambience, creative edge, and wow factor, which are significant characteristics of the event management business. It would be really beneficial for you if you could observe two different events separately of different types. One could be a business event, another could be a social event, and note down the above characteristics separately for each event. You can even note down some new characteristics which you have observed about these events. That's all in this session for you. Thank you.